Hello, everybody. Welcome to Art First. Hi, Brian.
To see you, dude. Hey, how are you?
Too. Good. I'm good. Happy ETH all-time high. Maybe did that just happen? Like it was 48.
I looked away for a second.
48 and change.
Yeah. Hey, you never know what the day will bring.
No,
but I feel
yesterday it was like down quite a bit.
Yeah, but even without that, I feel like vibes are up across the board. Modest had a huge drop this week. That was a real bullish indicator. It's like we're only like 2 weeks away from Toledo, where like Sam and everybody's going to get together and talk about art. We're like a month or so away from Marfa. There's just a lot of cool things on the horizon. I think everyone's starting to get pretty amped.
Definitely, a lot of good energy coming into this into the fall. I'm excited.
Everyone's back from break.
It does. It feels like everyone came back from the summer and they're like, all right, let's do this, right? Like art is in a good place right now. I'm excited. I'm especially excited about our guest today, because when we talk, obviously we always talk about process and artists and how they do what they do. A lot of that, for what it's worth, is digital. It's kind of, a little bit more rare that we find people who are more on the traditional side. And I don't know, we've only had a couple of people really, I think, on the show who've been on the traditional side, but like with physical media and not just paint, right? Like, collage. I think this is, and it's stuff that's like super special. And when I think of collage art, early on memories of like making art myself, just like cutting stuff out in school and pasting stuff. And then like you see that taken to an extreme version of that. And that's where like our guest comes in today, like really just like extremely cool physical to digital works. And I can't wait to chop it up. So
let's bring it on.
Let's do it. So welcome everybody to the show. Erin McGean, or LifeWithArt. Here we go. Hello. she's got her
the PFP
her photo up.
Hi everybody.
Big reveal.
How's it going?
Good.
Going great.
How you doing?
Welcome.
I'm good. I'm great. It's exciting to be here.
I'm admiring all the work behind you. Is that your work, or is that work you've collected? I see a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly my work or things in progress, or
awesome.
This is a corner of my studio here, so you're getting a little taste of where the magic happens.
I love it.
Thank you.
It's so good. So for people who don't know, you as well, or what you do, just high level, and correct me, if I'm wrong, you're traditionally, based in terms of like hand collage, cutout, paper magazine, but then you scan a lot of stuff. I want to know, like, what do you do to make your art? And we'll start by showing some of it, but you've been doing this for a long time now, and I feel like we should really just pick that apart. Like, what do you do?
All right, good. Thanks for that intro, and really thanks for having me, guys. It's like such a pleasure. I've watched most of your shows and seen a lot of my friends on here, so a little nerve-wracking being live. I had to actually, brush my hair and stuff today, so look presentable.
It's okay. It only lives on the internet forever. That's all.
Right.
Really no problem.
Yeah. No. So my process is hand collage, but it's funny. I started with digital collage, and just kind of wanted to expand from that. So I, 15 years ago, I'd say about a little bit over 15 years ago, I started doing kind of digital collage. I actually used to paint. I studied painting in university. The digital led to physical collage, with really the intention at the beginning to always scan those physical collages, touch them up digitally, and still have the actual final output always be digital. But I had a really hard time kind of gaining any traction with that when I first started about 15 years ago. Trying to get it into shows and galleries and whatnot, it was very difficult. People, the curators wanted to see the real collage. I guess maybe some early digital artists kind of experienced the same thing. Digital art was not like widely accepted by a lot of galleries back then. So that kind of pushed me to start like honing my craft with the actual collages to make them presentable and not kind of have to touch them up digitally to have this just digital output. So I kind of started playing with having both. Like the physical still looks good, but the digital is its kind of own unique piece. One person put it this way to me. It's almost like, you know, you're a photographer and like the physical is like a negative and your digital is like the final processing. And in many ways, even though like I've really spent a lot of time trying to make my cuts clean and my actual collaging technique better, more sophisticated, I still really prefer the digital output. And most of that is because of size. Like I'm working with limited size pieces of paper. Actually, just recently, though, I started collecting posters to hopefully make bigger collages. But, you know, usually I was working with books or magazine pictures, and I've always liked big art, and I like the details that you can see digitally when you blow up the collages. Like you scan them super high res, and then you put them on a big screen. You see the cuts, you see the edge of the paper better, you see the pixelation of the, you know, original printed material. So it's funny, like I really oscillate between physical and digital. I have a deep appreciation for both. I enjoy probably physical better, but I kind of prefer the final output to be digital. I think it looks better when it's digital. So I'm stuck in between. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that you started digitally in terms of like process and when you started this. What are you using when you're just, you know, collaging digitally? Like I know pieces like this right here, gorgeous pieces, and I think we've even had these on the show in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But what do you know, is that Photoshop, or are you adding like textures to them, or just letting the textures like from scans? Like I know you were talking about that, but how does like a piece like this come together?
Like, see, if I showed you this original piece, the black and white part is more brown because it's really old. Both of the images are probably a little like dark and faded. So, you know, fairly early on, I got really picky with what I was using. One of the reasons why I switched to digital from digital to physical is because I couldn't find very good photos online. They were small. You know, I was worried about copyright. There wasn't a whole lot available when I first started. And so that's why I started kind of scanning like National Geographics. Now with that as well, I hated that I saw so many other collage artists like using that same page, you know, like we all come across it. It's a beautiful, you know, moon, full page, like beautiful, you know, and I see it in like 5 other collage artists, and that bothered me. So I started really looking for more unique materials. But all these things, like these things you're seeing from honestly one of my most prized collections, You Don't Bring Me Flowers, the pictures are all really old and faded. Now, the collages themselves still have this nice quality to them, and that they're this art object, and that you know that this is a really like old piece of paper. But I want to like scan them at the highest resolution possible, and then I want to clean them up. I want to make them brighter and more modern looking. Like in a way, what I love to do is take old things and kind of make them look new and modern.
What so to scan stuff, is there anything like, you know, interesting about the scanner, or is it like, you know, a large format scanner or you know, a portable scanner? Like what do we, you know, because I worked with a scanner in the past.
Yeah.
And I also love the imperfections that you get with the scanner, where like if you add things to it, like picking things up, sometimes you don't want to clean them up. But like what how do you incorporate it, like the scan part? Like how does that work?
It's just it's a small scanner. I want a large format scanner, but not in my budget yet. But it's probably a pretty basic scanner, like nothing special. But you can, you know, scan it like 600 DPI or 1200 or 24. You know, it takes whatever 5-10 minutes. But yeah, I started kind of using the higher resolution scanners to get a little bit more detail. And it was so stupid because I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. Originally, I was like just photographing my collages as best I could with like a really high quality digital camera. And it was like, all these little epiphanies you have as an artist. You're like, duh, buy a scanner. Like I'm waiting for the light to be right. I even bought like a light box, like a photo, like to put my like collages in the light box and like get the lighting perfect. And then just all these little silly things that you don't think of, and then you have this breakthrough, which I'm sure both of you have experienced. And you're like, well, hello, why didn't I think of that 2 years ago? That made my process a whole lot easier. Like
those aha moments, right? Where you're like,
right,
what was I doing? Like,
so like with those gifts too, right? Like my first few gifts are just photos, like photos of the different iterations of the collage, and the quality definitely improved when I started scanning. And even in Photoshop, I didn't know Photoshop could like line up the layers for me. I literally just discovered that like 3 months ago. I've been like with all my old gifts, like, the transparency, line it up myself by eye. I'm like, oh my God. Because I taught Photoshop myself. I never, took a course or anything, like just playing around with it. Right.
That's awesome though. So like this animation with the squiggle, is that a physical animation or is that one you added digitally?
Physical.
So how did you animate that? Is it a bunch of circles that you cut out and moved around frame by frame?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
The hard way.
Yeah, but it also has that.
Yeah, it has a wiggle to it, a tactile.
Right, exactly. I think that's the fun part about works like that, where you can see the artist's hand in the imperfections of the fact that it isn't just on a spline curve, like
Well,
that you had to get that right.
A slight imperfection. It'd be really, I would struggle to make it so uniform each frame of that and hold its shape so well.
That's true. It is really, really impressive. I mean, speaking of impressive, like I think, it's not easy for artists to kind of like find a balance between exploring what they do and moving into like a different level of what they're doing while also maintaining their artistic style to some degree. Not that they have to, but like when that happens, like, so that I feel like that's what we're looking at with your new collection with Dataset. I would love to know how the process for Dataset works, because it kind of warps my brain a bit to to figure this out.
Yeah, thank you. I'm like so proud of Dataset, and like it's
gorgeous work.
I just love it. I love the results and I love making it. So I think it's going to be something that I really focus on for, I don't know, the indefinite future. There's a lot of different directions I can take it, a lot of different possibilities, like changing the subject matter, changing, maybe from squares to doing more random shapes or different shapes, but using the same basic structure. It really happened by accident, and you do hear that from artists that sometimes their best work is a happy accident, to, quote Bob Ross. I made a giant collage, one of the first Dataset pieces that you see there on my website, just to make something. How sometimes you just, like Bryan, you're saying your ADHD takes over and you just make something. I had these art calendars, old art history calendars, and I've been trying to find ways to make bigger collages, like really big ones, but still using the original material. I don't want to work with prints. I've tried making collages with prints. I don't like it. I like, if I sell the physical, I like the person to know, I like to know that this is like actually from an old book as well. Like, even if you look at really good print quality stuff, it often says like 20-year lifespan, and then it might start to fade, right? Mm-hmm. Where if I use these pages from books, I feel like, I don't know, the quality's better. I just trust it more. The material, the paper's better. The ink is better. It's got a sheen to it sometimes. So I took this calendar and I'm like, I just cut it into stripes first. And I made a bunch of these kind of just stripes. And then really I was just like, oh, what if I, cut them now the opposite way and alternate it. And I just made this really huge abstract collage, which is one of the first ones on the Dataset page there. And it just looked abstract, just looked like a bunch of squares. Nothing really came out of it. But then the second one I did again, I liked the way it looked. And I'm like, oh, look at you, Erin, you're moving towards abstraction. That's what my art teacher always would like encourage us to do. You should all move towards abstraction. I don't know, they liked abstraction. So the second one there, it's hanging right here in my studio still. I'm kind of looking at it. And just the longer I looked at it, I started to kind of see this faint face in it. And I was like, oh, that was because like 4 of the images you used were portraits. So yeah, that one there. So you can kind of see like a faint, like in the center there, like a really faint portrait. And I just kept looking at it. You know, you look at things on in your studio, whatever it is. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like if I had used all just portraits, you would see that kind of faint image a little bit more. So then the third one I tried was the Renaissance one. And that one I really specifically like just hunted through all my supplies, looked through, you know, for just Renaissance portraits. And now you see like the image, the latent image coming out a little bit more. Yeah. And so
I mean, that's fascinating.
More.
That's fascinating that it came out of a kind of a happy accident, right? And that you didn't intend to say, okay, let's make a mosaic so that you can faintly see, you know, a face or a human form. I mean, it's human nature, right? To find or define what you're looking at, right? So to see faces and things, that's where people, you know, tend to gravitate. Yeah. But that's cool that you took it a step further.
And it seems like you went from kind of pure chaos randomness to like, these are like repeating grids of 9. Is that right?
Yep.
And then the images really shine through a lot more. I think once you've made this like progression towards this,
there's a structure to it.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of sticking with this method. And I don't know, like when I did the first one, I didn't even really think about it. It was just a way to glue them down quickly, to get a bunch of squares cut quickly. Yeah. It was just a system, you know, cut them horizontally first, vertically first. Because some people think maybe I'm cutting individual squares and like laying them one by one. But you can see from like a Mona Lisa video that I posted on X recently that it's a system where I actually cut like multiple images at once and spread them out and then like cut those at once. And it's maybe not as hard as it looks, but the system that I really created just to help me cut things out faster ended up revealing these kind of patterns when I used similar images. And I kind of got obsessed with that.
It's definitely tedious work.
Yeah.
And it looks like you're using an X-Acto blade. That's your tool of choice.
Yeah.
That's the danger part right there.
Yeah, I actually did cut myself doing this video, and I posted.
I believe
you posted the photo of
I posted a picture.
I bleed for my art.
Yeah, which happens quite often. I actually cut myself quite often. My finger just hangs over the ruler a little bit, and then I cut right into it. So
I wonder if at some point you could use like a laser cutting machine, just like.
So I have a Cricut, I guess.
Oh yeah.
The Cricut.
And I have used that in the past. You know, sometimes it works out well. Sometimes it's more effort to set it up and you know, get the measurements and test it on it. Sometimes it's more effort to just set it up.
The Cricut's kind of the thing. I have one. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun.
But I think there's something beautiful about the fact that you didn't for a lot of it, right? Like there's something too. It's also it looks like it would be very meditative to do this kind of work.
It is,
you know, and to take away that part of that would maybe not be as fun.
I loved puzzles when I was really young, so I think this really
that tracks.
Yeah, like I definitely feel myself kind of going back to my like childhood of, you know, just doing puzzles for hours. Like I did a lot of puzzles when I was young.
Have you thought about making jigsaw puzzles out of some of these pieces?
I have, but you know,
that'd be a fun challenge.
I've seen another collage artist, Elma. I can't remember her last name. She's done that already. One of the things that I'm obsessed about as an artist is always trying to do something that's never been done before.
It's very hard.
Just like so stupid and like, you know. Yeah. But I get really upset when I see like the same images, like I said earlier, that I'm using in other people's collages. And so I stopped, like you could see behind me, just like, look at all those National Geographics I have up there on the shelf, right? I got to get rid of them because honestly, every collage artist uses all those, and I see the same images and sometimes even used in a similar way, and that drives me nuts. So that's why I started going to like antique markets, sourcing more like original, unique things. And that's why I'm like driven to find a technique or a style that's just new and different. And I really actually feel like I found it with Dataset. I've looked everywhere. I don't see anybody who's done something like this before. So
yeah, no,
it definitely feels special. I mean, have you considered like partnering with photographers to do like where they take a series of photos that are, you know, meant for you to then do a data set too? Or
well, you did the collab with Ayla, right?
Yes, a collab with Ayla. She gave me some photos. But I really do like that idea, Adam, because, you know, like one of the hard things for me with making the physical is finding images. Like the Mona Lisa one recently, like, oh my God, I came across those 9 Mona Lisas. I didn't even know there was like these 9 derivatives of Mona Lisa that were done during the Renaissance. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Finding the material to actually make a data set piece out of is hard. So if I could get a photographer, I think that'd be amazing.
You could also, I mean, I'm sure you've thought about this, but AI generating the images and then printing them out on a nice inkjet print or something and then cutting them up.
Yeah. I've done that a little bit as well. I've actually already tried that. And this is where I fall into like, I don't like the quality of the prints.
Yeah.
Really hard. Yeah.
It looked like some of them, and it looked like you were kind of weaving some of those pieces, like the paper was going in and out. Is that correct? Or is it all cut?
No.
It almost looked like basket weaving at a certain point.
It does feel that way.
But no, and a lot of people say that, oh, these are such nice like woven collages, but no, like for all of the pieces here, it's 9 works of art, except for the reclining nude. That's actually 12 works of art, and like nothing is left out. It's everything of all of them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So have you printed these out yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Have you considered printing them and then remixing them, doing it all over again?
Possibly.
It's so cool.
With this collection, I'm really kind of thinking, like I use the same structure, the same patterning, sequencing system, but I really consider the digitals and the physicals quite different from each other, even though they both use the same system.
Do you lean
But I used AI to help me do this. Funny enough, I used chat. And I found the 9 images, and then I fed them to chat in groups of 3. And I said, okay, cut these groups of 3. First, I had to size them all the same and make sure they were the same, because I struggled with getting chat to do this. It would give me all kinds of weird outputs. But when I sized them all the same and gave them to chat and said, give me, these 3 images sliced into 12 strips, alternate the pattern, give me a long horizontal collage, should be this size, high resolution, blah, blah, blah. Then I took those 3, I had to put them in a zip file and then ask them to take those 3 and cut them now the opposite way and reorganize them. Funny is I've tried to make some recently and chat's updates, like it won't let me make them anymore.
Now that's an interesting side effect of relying on a tool that is evolving. And I don't know if you can go back into old versions of chat. I know that, like, at least in Photoshop, like people are still making art in old versions, like even AI artists who prefer like old Midjourney versions. But it really is an interesting thing where the art that you the tool becomes outdated even within like, I don't know what, like a few months of using it.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
It's kind of really upsetting. I mean, I know I could do this manually with Photoshop or something. It would take a lot longer. But it seems like chat's going through something where maybe it doesn't want to be used for visuals anymore. And it's kind of trying to tell everybody, like, we're for text, we're for writing. Because it just won't output the high res images that was for me before. And I asked it, I'm like, why won't you do this for me anymore, chat? And it's like, well, we've updated it and we've minimized the size of images we can keep in the sandbox or something like that. So I don't really get it, but I don't know. In a way, that kind of makes the collection more special because I don't think I can produce it the same way anymore.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow. When I'm thinking like, so, but you've done it digitally, you've done it physically. You can do it physically. It just takes that much longer to do, right?
That's fine. I'll find another way. And, right now I spent so much time making the digital collection. I'm kind of back now to the physical collection. I've got like 7, I think, or 8 right now, but I really want to create, like 20 or something like that. And hopefully have a show, an exhibit in the spring.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And bigger. I want bigger. Like I want, this system works with groups, right? It's either 4, 9, 12, I think 16, right? Like depending on if your images are portrait or landscape. But if you want it to keep kind of maintain the same ratio, right, you've got to stick with those numbers. So yeah, I'd like to go up to 16 or 24. Like, I mean, ideally I picture making like a massive collage this way, 6 feet by 8 feet kind of thing.
That'd be awesome. I can't wait.
I wonder what it would look like.
It's gonna look really big, really good at scale.
Oh yeah. That's exciting to, because these are begging to be hung at scale. They really are.
Yes.
I wonder what it would look like if any of these pieces were animated.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about your squares from previous pieces and alternating, changing squares and just looking at this like, what if?
I know.
No, I think, after the show we can chat, but I think I might have an idea for how you can automate this and build it in an interesting way.
Well, chat keeps telling me that I should like write this Python script and have it locally on my computer. And I'm like, oh my God, chat. I don't know that, but
there's an easier way.
I'm considering it. There's got to be a way. I got to be able to, Brian, maybe you'll help me, that I just build something where I can just like insert the images and
exactly.
It can just spit them out.
I know exactly how to do it. I'll
you need Brink GPT is what you need.
Exactly. Thanks, Colby. Oh, it's nice to see the comments in the chat. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, these are fantastic, and I mean I loved your work before all the data sets, right? Like I loved it when it was these other collages that were just really interesting play on form. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. With the flowers. So yeah, I just want to look at more.
I mean,
art.
I'll come back. I'll come back to GIFs and stuff. I'm still making them, but right now I'm kind of, you just get focused on one theme.
For sure.
So I'll just kind of keep running with this until I get bored with it. But it's like I always have like multiple series in the works, right? Can you guys relate to that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I'll come back to other things. I've still got other things in the works, but
yeah. Well, I think that's the beauty of making art, right? In general, is like a lot of us, feel like we can't just stay in one place at one time, and we've got 4 things going on, and we're experimenting. So it's always refreshing to see experiments like this that go from here to here, but I can still see you in the work.
It's really thank you. That means a lot.
Speaking of seeing people in different phases and different types of art, what do you guys think about maybe doing a little show and tell?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Okay, Can you hear me?
Yes.
We good?
You're in and out, but it's working.
Boy. All right.
We'll get through it.
I'm gonna give it a try.
You sound good.
So this is, if I stall, it catches up apparently. This is the part of the show where each of us has brought 3 pieces of work we either collected or just think is really cool, and we try to raise other artists up. At the end of the show, we have our Art First Twitter account where we're going to post all the things that we've talked about today, and we highly encourage people to go take a look, give the artist some love, and maybe even collect some pieces. All right, let's start this off over here with Erin. Let's go for this piece right here. Filth Site. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here? It's a big sigh.
Anna's work is just so dreamy. It's funny because I tried not to pick work that's like mine, but do you notice how artists kind of gravitate towards liking work that is kind of like their own?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is also objectively very different from your work. I mean, the collage elements for sure are gorgeous. I'm watching this, but I wouldn't immediately say, oh, Erin did this. You know what I mean? So
no, I think so. I mean, I love that it's collage. I love that she's using stop motion animation. What I really appreciate about Anna's work is that it is more like expressive. It's got these, more raw, grungy kind of textures, and like she really leans into the imperfections of the collage process. I love looking at it. I can't produce that. I don't know why. Something in me wants everything clean and straight, and I don't know. But I'm obsessed with like looking at art like this. It's just when I go to make it, like if I tried to make something like this, I'd be like, oh yeah, let's make the eye cutout look haphazard. But then I would like clean it up and make it look
sit there and make it perfect.
It wouldn't actually be haphazard anymore. So I just love how expressive, ethereal her work is. She's one of my favorites for sure.
That's great.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Wow.
It looks like it sold. Who won it?
I'm not sure. I forget. But it was released by ATOM, I remember.
Nice.
And she's just an amazing animator. And sometimes she shares animations that she's been inspired by. And, you can tell she's been following like short animations, for a long time. She shares things that are really old, like really old animations. So she's quite tapped into, early stop motion animation technology. It's funny, like thinking of like, oh my gosh, Illustrator, who does the stop motion animation. Super popular guy, with the eyes and the hands. Jake Fried. Yeah. Seeing his work and seeing Anna's work made me kind of loosen up my own gifts. Like maybe it's okay if they jitter a bit, or if, you can tell it's like, oh, okay, maybe it doesn't need to be so seamless all the time.
No, it's cool. I like that it shows kind of at the end of it, it shows all the leftover pieces that are like cut off. Get extra usage out of it.
I'm obsessed with this piece. I should have.
That's really cool.
I should have bid on this myself, honestly, when I saw it come out.
That's great.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to try this. Here we go, Brian. See what happens.
Okay.
Oh, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff. But can you still hear me? Can you still hear me is the question.
I can still hear you.
Yeah. I don't know. It kind of broke last time. All right. Brian, we're going to move over to you, sir. This piece here by Besmir.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at our creation. Can you see that? Does it work?
Yep, it works great.
Okay, great.
And so,
love it.
We had Mendez on a couple episodes ago, and he picked a work by Besmir, and then there was an auction that had the piece that Mendez showed, and this one as well. It was a series, I think, of 4, and then there was some bidders editions. But yeah, I really love this collection. I picked up this piece at the auction, and I just think his work is awesome. We're getting a double shout out of him in recent weeks, but I just wanted to give some love to it. I think it's a really cool piece. And talking about, this is 3D, but it feels like it could be stop motion as well.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really haunting. It brings you in. It's like their work in general is really captivating, um, and immediately recognizable too.
Yeah, it's got a real mysterious feel to it, and um, like this mix of kind of modern and old. Like it does feel a little analog, especially the way the fire is moving. It feels like stop motion, but the smoke is flowing nicely, so you can tell there's this kind of mix of old and new.
Yeah.
Which,
It almost feels
It's
like
like
miniature work.
Caligari. Yeah.
It feels like miniature, like was it Random Freaks? Does a lot of miniature work.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Very cool. All right. Here's a piece that I found. I did not collect, but I thought was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Naturalism. I apologize if I get the name of the artist wrong. States and Rebirth. It just anytime we have a guest on, I can't help but like kind of go down a similar rabbit hole of whatever our guest is into or creates. And so I don't know exactly how this was made, but I really enjoyed this one. Zoom in on the juicy details. Let's see here. Look at that.
Oh wow.
I loved all the color, and some of it felt like it was cut, and whether it was or wasn't, just the way this feels was really special.
Yeah, you can get lost in those layers for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny, in high school, like I hated abstract art, like hated it. Every time we learned about it in art history, I would roll my eyes and like curse under my breath the whole time. Why are we learning about this stupid stuff?
That's funny.
But as I've gotten older, I really have found an appreciation for it. It leaves more to the imagination, I guess.
I love the interpretive nature of abstract. I mean,
it's really strong colors.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Erin. I wrote them down. I've never heard of this artist.
It's like
before,
pink dandelions.
Yeah, same. And then, and like I said, at the end, I'm going to post the thread. So their Twitter will be posted and links to the work and so on and so forth. So, I mean, the hope we all know, like discovery in this space is very difficult. It's borderline abysmal, but we've always said, if you follow, artists and follow collectors that you like and go into their wallets and like, who are the artists talking about? So that's the hope here, right? Is that we can as artists bring some light to other artists. Okay. Speaking of that, we'll go back to you, Erin, with this piece by Gina Choi, Big Blue. This is cool.
Yeah. So, Gina is a friend. But, I think really she became a friend because I have so much curiosity and respect for her practice. I've always been drawn to repetitive things, which is probably why I love doing the dataset series. Like I love the repetition that's involved when making it, but I just love looking at it. Like I went through a phase when I was painting where I'd painted just like rocks. Like it sounds so boring, but like fields of rocks. And I found it so soothing to just look at things that are repetitive. So with her work, I just love that calm sensation I get when I look at things that are repetitive. When I look at people's art, I'm always imagining how it was made. And this is why sometimes like with digital art, there's like a bit of a coldness for me because I'm like, I can't picture what they did when they were making it. Like, were they just sitting at a computer? Like, were they standing? Like, what were they? Did they scan something? Like, and when I picture like this being made, like I can picture, her just very methodically, meditatively kind of painting these repetitive strokes. And I feel that, like I feel that sense of calm looking at it. Like I can feel the process. So yeah, I'm just drawn to one, the repetition, two, her just philosophy as an artist, her, commitment to her methodology and her practice and her studies. And it's just inspiring.
I love the detail. I love the, like, if this was done, stroke by stroke, right? It brings a sense of like calm to me, to think that that's how this was done, and like probably zoomed in pretty tight to make sure that everything was, evenly spaced and not overlapping, and it's gorgeous. It feels like a tapestry.
It does. And there's something about art where when you zoom in, when you step close to it, and like getting close, just that, I love that that multiplicity of experience, where close it's something else, when far away you can start to see maybe a forest or a landscape or something evolve out of it. It's like, when you're a child, you look at the clouds and like, oh, I see Mickey Mouse or whatever. I love that experience of seeing what you want in it, I guess.
Awesome.
A really cool piece.
Yeah. All right, Bryan, you're up next. This piece here is, speaking of, meditative things. This piece, Vortex.
Yeah.
Ben Stark.
Yeah. Also another, this is digital, but could be cut out.
Yeah.
And it's also interactive. If you drag it around, you can click it with the mouse.
Oh, is it?
To kind of see the 3-dimensional effect of it.
Wow. Okay.
So this was, this came out quite a few years ago on Art Blocks. This was her curated drop, and I believe she worked with Rich Lord on it and maybe a couple other people. But I just, Art Blocks just had their AB 500, and I thought back of like, what are some of my favorite ones that came out? And I minted one of these, but I never got a rainbow one. And I saw this rainbow one on the floor, and I was like, oh, this is my chance, because Jen's a legend, especially her rainbow art. And so, adding this to the collection was a no-brainer in my mind. And, it's cool to see. She's been posting a little bit more recently. So it's always cool to see what she creates. Her art she made for the Sphere looked insane. I loved it.
It did, yeah. Yeah. That was wonderful. Really nice, man. Good stuff.
And I love that, a lot of this for her came from her physical paper cutting practice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible work.
Wow. So we're just going to look at this for the next 22 minutes.
I feel myself getting sleepy.
Very cool, man. All right. Here we go. Here's another piece. This one I don't own, but thought was pretty cool, from an artist I had not heard of, Erroneous. Choking on Thought Loss, I believe, deals with schizophrenia and the forms of...
You're cutting out a little bit.
Hello? Back?
Yep.
There it is. I just had to eat the mic. Artist Erroneous, and I believe this has to do with schizophrenia. But I really just... I don't know. It's captivating. It's a beautiful piece. Love the emotion, the feeling, the textures, the detached, broken parts of self, maybe, that are flying off, that are thoughts that are just going and being chaotic. It's just wonderful piece.
Really cool.
Yeah, very emotional.
Yeah, and I love the play, sort of like that juxtaposition between the abstract and well rendered, sort of very clean painting. And
yeah, the colors kind of give it a like it could almost feel really like depressing, but then the colors kind of, I don't know, give it like this lightness and this vibrancy.
Yeah, it's very powerful, very jarring, the way the face is contorted.
And I
like it a lot.
No pupils in the eyes. Yeah. So
great motion to it.
Yeah, really. I don't know. When I saw this one, it was like, okay, that's awesome.
It's funny because I always kind of, in my mind, I classify art really quickly as being like emotional, expressive, or like intellectual, like a mathematical. And like the last piece that you showed by Jen, to me, is like more of an intellectual, mathematical approach.
Yeah.
Emotional, expressive.
This is all emotional, expressive. Yeah.
Cool find.
Beautiful.
Erroneous.
Yep.
I'll have to give him a follow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Another new one, Adam.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're trying here.
Good job.
All right. Here we go. Erin, back to you with your third piece here over on Gamma on Bitcoin. This piece, Fiat to BTC, Uruguay.
Yeah, this is
Alejandro Peters.
Alejandro. I've been a big fan of for a long time. And, here's, I think, somebody who's really flying under the radar and not given the props he deserves. He's very skilled collage artist that I've had an affinity for a long time. He uses a blend of kind of organic shapes and geometric, but I love kind of the clean look of his collages, the clean graphic nature of his collages. But this new series that I saw he put out using Fiat, which I know Coldy was here for a second. I'm not sure if he's still here. There's not many artists who actually, use money. And I think it's really kind of neat when artists are actually taking raw, currency and cutting it up for their collage. So was drawn to this and, seeing his process. Like, these are tiny little things that he's cut out, right? Because money is fairly small. So I love the meaning. I love the double meaning of it too, of kind of using Fiat to make
That's
art
awesome.
To sell for crypto.
And it's only $12. I'm gonna go over there and mint this after the show. It's great.
I know, right? Like,
it's only $12 on Bitcoin. It's 12 out of 21 sold.
Yeah, everybody go sell this out, honestly.
Yeah.
I got to get my Bitcoin. Like, I have some Bitcoin, but I don't know if I can buy things yet. Anyway, I got to figure it out.
Yeah,
yes, go get it, Coldy. Go get it,
Coldy.
Also, shout out Pascal Boyart, who's also a really good money cutter. In this space.
That's an older artist, right?
Yeah, OG.
Yeah. And then there's another guy who cuts money too. I forget his name. He's from LA, street artist, kind of. What's
Coldy, we'll post links after the show on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna be a little cheeky and just send him a DM. If he,
Don't let him mint it out before me. Come on.
He's not gonna mint it out. He's gonna sell it to you for $1,000. Like, come on. There you go, Coldy.
I'd love to see this.
Great find.
You can check your DMs, Coldy.
There you go.
I got you, dude. Very good, very good. You know what? Here we go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna throw it up there.
Woohoo!
Good stuff.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah. Brian.
What did I pick?
Brian, what did you pick as your third piece? This is what you picked. This guy.
Oh, yeah.
Over here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Coming at you. Coming up.
Neon.
All-time high. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Hilarious.
So Neon Glitch, if you guys don't know, is a legend. Makes amazing VRM and GLB. So like, this is a character that's a GLB sculpture. It's also a playable character and on Cyber and any other metaverse. And he did this series of 3 luchadors based on X-Copy grifters, I think.
I think so.
And they also have really fun posters if you look at the actual editions on the collection. But he's just always making awesome stuff. He was very kind and helped me make an Eminem Pepe with me like last year.
Oh yeah.
But I'm always just really impressed by all the creations he makes. But yeah, they're all really funny.
They're so good.
And they might the mint might be over, but I thought it was really strong.
Yeah, they're great. I love this. This is so much fun. I can sit here and just
yeah.
Neon Glitch, you're awesome. Good.
Yeah, for the culture, right? That's definitely a good one.
It's also you don't see a lot.
He's also making just really cool online metaverse experiences.
Neat.
Like the whole cult of crypto gang makes really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Good share.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't even have it, but it is.
That's okay. It's okay. It's good stuff. It's okay that you don't have the good stuff there. This is great.
This is
picked it.
There it is. It speaks for itself. All right, I've got one final piece here that we can talk about, and I look. You know what? we featured this person before on the show, but I'm going to do it again because they just keep making really awesome work. All right. Nuclear Samurai back again, man. I mean, this is, if it plays, of course it's not going to play. Why would it play? Little glitch. Neon Glitch was our last one.
I mean,
Come on now.
It's a 10-minute video.
It is. It's a 10-minute video, but it's an interactive. He made it originally interactive that you would be able to go and do your own thing and reveal. He made a song for like, I don't know, each one maybe, or at least like 10. He's made like songs for all this. They're fantastic. It's the best kind of like community fan service that I've seen in a long time in a good way. I'm not just saying that because I'm in it and Brian's in it, but it really is just like really well done. A lot of thought went into each one of these. A lot of like care and love, and I don't know, it was all over the timeline if you saw it last week, but or this week.
Huge amount of work,
and it was one of the 6529 memes. This is, I believe, his second. It's his second meme card.
When he was on our show, he was showing off his previous one.
That's right. Actually, I think that might have been a sneak preview.
Oh, that was post show.
That was post show. Yeah, he showed us stuff. Secrets. But this is great. Yeah, he's been crushing it lately, and it's really cool to see. And just give some shout out.
Yeah, he's been crushing it. I mean, this and the X Copy figurine series he did.
Yeah,
he's had a hell of a summer. It's really great to see.
Yeah, Nuclear Summer.
Yeah.
Wait. All right.
When artists do pay tribute to the space like that, it does. It's like there you are. It's like our own like School of Athens kind of painting, right? Like it's there was Brian. Right
nice to put us near each other.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun going through this and just kind of like, I know what that is. I know what that is. Like, there's Ruben.
There's a lot of inside
when people create that kind of stuff, right? It makes us all feel good, right? Like it celebrates like our little space, our little niche.
Yeah.
Corner of the art world here.
Yeah.
Love it.
Good stuff. All righty.
Good picks, everybody.
Yeah. I want to thank Erin. Thank you for coming today. Is there anything that you want to pitch that you're got coming up, or want to continue to pitch? I know we got data set, and we'll link to that collection as well. But I don't know. Any closing thoughts?
Not really. I'm just happy to be here and keep plugging away, and look forward to hopefully seeing some of your smiling faces at an IRL event coming up soon. And nothing to plug. Just data set. Go get it.
Yeah, data set. Go get it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody who showed up and checked us out. We have more
next.
Next, I think next we have, Otis.
Oh, Otis. Nice.
Otis.
Yeah.
I apologize.
AR master.
Oh, very
amazing
cool.
AR painting artist. Yeah. So be on the lookout for that show. But in the meantime, I hope everybody has an awesome day.
Sweet.
And I got no sign off for this one. I don't know.
Hey, have a great weekend. Happy all-time high ETH. We did it.
Yeah, right? Let's go higher.
There it is. All right. Until next time. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.